Okay, isn't Watch Wolf dead?
Oh yeah, Watch Wolf's dead.
But he could hear you.
Yeah, there's no outs. Smash for 5, I'm dead.
Thinking about this draw?
Really?
Really?
He just spent his Jitte counters to kill the Rumbling Slump.
I'm not sure I like that play.
It's actually terrible.
Huh. Yeah, here's Burning Tree Shaman.
Nope.
And Scorched Pusaka. All of a sudden...
No, he wants to let him back in the game. I don't know.
What?
If he let Rumbling Slump live, he just wins. He's going to equip Jitte, not get any take damage, not getting any counters.
Or he's just going to play his guy and wait for the burn spell.
And a Watch Wolf. 2 more monsters and then says go.
Sort of how we played against Olivier in the semifinals. He didn't want to attack into the hand.
And that's good enough. Nothing Mark Herberholz can do about that. Craig Jones let him in the game for an extra turn, but Herberholz could not do anything about it. Craig Jones takes a 2-1 lead. Craig Jones is now 1 game away from winning Pro Tour Honolulu.
I just have evil tendencies. I try and restrain them, and occasionally they just jump.
Why do you think?
I think he knows that's a mistake now.
Why did he kill the the Rumbling?
I think he just figured out that he messed up.
Oh, okay.
It's like his evil tendencies are, the bad player inside struggling to get out. Craig's been keeping the bad player at bay for most of the last year.
If I said I just ripped the land off the top?
I mean, maybe he was worried about having even the Rumbling Slump pick up a Jitte itself.
No, it can't. It's just deuces. He can respond by gaining 4.
Right.
There's no. He puts Mark on a 0 outer if he plays it like that.
It didn't matter much. The game was pretty much won. I think it was a mistake, but Craig Jones has still been playing great most of the weekend. And he's got himself now 1 game away from winning this Pro Tour.
It's one of those things Chris Manning calls. Chris Manning was a neutral ground regular. He calls it fractional card advantage. Like when you make a small mistake, you give your opponent like this fraction of a card. And over the long haul they can add up, but usually they don't really mean much of anything.
Chris Manning went to Harvard and therefore thinks about things too specifically.
I like fractional card advantage. I can usually add it up to a couple cards over a match.
Blue cards are for horses.
Yeah. Fancy boys, yeah.
Have you guys talked about that? Where are the islands?
I actually think blue is at a disadvantage right now because 2 of its guilds are in dissension. Like, it's the only color that only has 3 guilds right now.
There were 3 blue decks in the top 8.
It's still, I think it's the worst color of the 5 right now.
We think it's the worst?
Of the 5.
I think it's the best color.
I mean, historically, Magic speaking, obviously.
No, I think it's the best color right now.
In the format? Well, look at the decks that are playing here. Maybe there's a control deck out there that can solve the puzzle, but the control decks here weren't even all playing.
Let me ask you.
Do you really think that Owling Mine has life beyond Sunday?
That's a separate question. Let me ask 2 questions to Randy first. Number 1, who did you pick to win the tournament before the game started? Okay. And what deck did you say you would have played if you had to play in this tournament?
Did I ever answer that question?
Yes, you did.
When?
At the end of day 1, and you answered it again at the end of day 2.
What did I say?
You said the blue-red Tron deck.
Okay.
I'm just saying he has.
I said it looks very powerful.
Yeah, he happened to not win his match. Like it's a pretty small sample set. I think.
No, maybe the thing is, there's 10, 15, maybe 20 viable decks.
Yeah.
So there can be very good blue decks and it still be the worst color.
What about white?
White's got plenty of game. Black-white and red-white-green are 2 of the...
The lifeblood of black-white is the black half, not the white half.
Yeah. The black-white cards count. Anyway, Game 4 has gotten underway. Craig Jones is 1 game away from potentially winning Pro Tour Honolulu.
He's got all the tools in hand.
Does he?
I don't know if he's got. I gotta see if he's got the mana. But he's got a Jitte. He's got a Moldavine cloak. He's got 3 4s.
Wow.
He's got 4 4s.
That's Herberholz.
Yeah. 2-drop Jitte. No 2-drop Jitte? Oh, he doesn't want to get 10th Street.
Mark passes the turn. He went turn 1 Kurde. Turn 2 declines to play his Jitte.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get 10th Street.
Craig Jones played a Savannah line on his first turn, plays a 2nd Battlefield Forge. There's Herberholz fighting on behalf of the Beach House. Craig Jones fighting on behalf of sideboard reporters everywhere. MagicTheGathering.com coverage team specialist, Craig Jones.
He's off to Manila. After
Is he
this.
covering Manila?
He's covering Manila.
Oh, wow. Craig's got Lightning Helix. This could be terrible for Heezy.
There's Scarred.
He's going to play a 3-4. He's not going
Okay.
to play. He's not going to do anything to put himself in a position to get 2 for 1 here. He's got to be aware. He's aware of the removal.
Yeah. Both players did nothing on their second turn because both of them wanted to leave. We're trying to guard against getting smashed.
It's sort of like playing the blue. It's sort of like 2 players sitting on counterspells.
It sort of
very
is.
similar.
Well, especially in the case
Craig
of
Jones
Craig.
points Lightning Helix at Kurt by the way.
Craig with his actual counterspell, Bathen Light. He plays it very much like a counterspell.
No,
Char Smash,
no third land.
no third land.
I don't see a third land in that draw.
No green.
No green mana at all.
Craig
so
loses games. It's always because he's screwed like this, it looks like.
the drawback of the Zoo deck, he's got a Watch Wolf that's trapped in his hand. He's got a Haunted Rumpus that's trapped in his hand. He's got a Curdape that's only a 1/1. He's got a Char he can't cast. Does have Bathen Light. Goes for the 1/1 Curdape.
Wasn't that a criticism you had of the Zoo deck early on, Mike? The idea
Yeah, I
that
don't-
You can't search for the lands like you can in Extended. In Extended, it's with the fetch lands. It's just so amazing. But in
I just don't. I mean, obviously it's a powerful deck. It's in the finals. Personally, I don't like it. I wouldn't make that choice. I'd rather just play a less powerful mono red deck that didn't shoot itself in the foot like this.
Here's Moldervine Cloak. Burning Tree Shaman is now wearing the Moldervine Cloak, and Mark Herberholz is serving with a 5/6 monster.
I would gamble that Umezawa Jite does not make an appearance on Mark's side
5/6. That seems 6/7, isn't it?
unless Craig plays his first.
Wow. Craig Jones takes 6 down to 9. And Herberholz takes 1 from a pay land in order to play a Scorched Rusalka. 6/7. That is gigantic.
Craig, still no land?
he does have the Bathen Light.
What's that do?
He can get rid of
Moldervine Cloak?
Moldervine Cloak.
Yeah, Moldervine Cloak is supposed to be in the sideboard because of Bathen Light.
I mean, I guess it was still good as a burn spell.
What opportunity is he going to have? If he doesn't attack at least with the lion here, he's actually in a lot of trouble. But he has to try to go for the double block Bathen Light play with a pro green. He could just lose to an
He
instant.
can't save both his creatures.
He can't. He's in a serious hole, and he's going to take damage to cast it. And his Curdape's a 1/1.
Right.
I didn't even realize that. It's horrible.
Yeah, he can't even kill.
Yeah.
He couldn't kill it even if he did double block. Here's another Savannah Lion. Not looking good for Craig Jones.
He actually might Jite the other creature now, and then
The
just serve with
Rusalka?
both. Yeah, I think it's quite possible. Or he could actually just play Rumbling Slum as well.
Is Mark worried about shock here?
How could he be?
No, good. Just sends it.
Smashes into the red zone.
He doesn't even care about his own life total at this point, I think.
How do you block if you're Craig Jones? Just Burning Tree Shaman wearing a cloak and Scorched Rusalka are coming at your face.
Probably just throw the Curdape in the path of.
You're going to die to the Rusalka damage if you don't block the. Burning
So
Tree.
he trades Curdape for Rusalka
He's
and
gotta try
jump blocks with Savannah Lion.
He's got to try to build up some way to bathe and light away that
Rumbling Slum. Bathe away the Rumbling Slum.
Yeah.
There's a 5/5 and a 6/7 on Mark Herberholz's side of the board. Craig Jones has a 2/1 and not anymore. Game 4 goes to Mark Herberholz.
Is this going to be the fastest 5-game finals ever?
This is pretty fast.
This is faster than London, and that was 9 games total.
London was fast. If you like your Magic fast and bloody, welcome to Hawaii.
If you
These
like,
guys look like they're in a hurry to get back to the beach.
if you like the gruel, welcome to Guild Pass.
Does Craig really look like he's been spending time at the beach?
All right. That's a good point. Herbie does. So who do you like in Game 5? I count the score right now at